And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another not live Q&A, Film Stock Live / live Q&A. You get the gist of it. We're here for a live stream. It's Monday, October 9th, 5 o'clock in the evening. Hope everyone is doing well. It is fall. It is chilly where I live. The temperature is drastically starting to drop. It was in the 40s this morning. I kid you not. The 40s. For me, that's a pretty big deal. Fall is upon us. But thank you all for joining in here. If you're here on the replay or in here right now, hit that like button, means more than you know. Super chat is the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. Let's talk what the best movie of October will be. Drop that in the chat. But of course, also, we will discuss just any Q&A and hang out for about an hour or so. That's typically what we do. Again, super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, your comment, your concern. And with that being said, let's just dive in. We got 31 people in here. Again, do it. Hit that like button. And let's just dive into the madness. Everybody watch FNAF on October 27th. I think a lot of people are going to show up, honestly. Taylor Swift, yes. Get excited. Are you excited for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? I actually am, and I'll talk about this up front. I do not know much about the lore. I've never played a FNAF game, except for once, maybe at my friend's, I played for like an hour, maybe. It was like, I didn't know what was even going on, okay? So I would say I'm excited because the trailer sold me, and this is coming from the perspective of someone who is not well-versed in the canon or any of that jazz, and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Josh Hutcherson, I believe, is playing a security guard at a late night abandoned what is it, like a Chuck E. Cheese of sorts in a way. And then Matthew Lillard's like this creepy dude who hired him, and then apparently sorry, I just read something. And apparently there's like demons or some weird child murderers that are haunting these animatronics. I mean, hell yeah, it just sounds creepy, but it sounds like a fun horror movie. I know that sounds weird and maybe twisted to say, but it just looks from the trailer like a more lighthearted horror film as opposed to something that's like full-on demonic possession. It's like they're animatronics, so it's maybe geared towards like a teenage audience in a way. But regardless, look, I think I am gonna check. I mean, I'm checking it out no matter what. But I think in terms of October releases, it's. I mean, I didn't see The Exorcist Believer. I'm seeing this. Does that make sense? Of the horror movies coming out this month, this is probably the most anticipated for me personally, at least. How would you rate the FNAF movie based on excitement? I mean, I'm probably like a 7. Like, I mean, I'm looking forward to it really, and I just talked about that a little, but 7 out of 10. Like, I will be watching it. It's not one I'll be like, I'm actually gonna skip this screening. Like, no, I'm going for sure. So yeah, I think for me it'll be weird and surreal. I'll go sit in the theater, and I guarantee there will be people like fans of it there that will like be freaking out. Oh my god, oh what? Like clapping, and I'll just be so confused. But that's part of it, you know. No one can be a hardcore fan of everything. Does that make sense? And this I do not know much about. It'll be like someone who's never watched an MCU movie going to watch No Way Home probably, and just being like, what are you guys excited about? That's kind of what I'm going to be like. But it is what it is. I'll assess the movie, and that'll be that. We'll see if it's any good. Is Killers of the Flower Moon 3 hours and 25 minutes? 3 hours and 25 minutes indeed. I want to say almost 3.5 fully. Let's check. I think it's what's it listed at on IMDb? It's listed at 3 hours and 26 minutes. So pretty much what you said. But it is, and you know that could be cause for concern, but at the same time, it's not. I'm seeing it a week from today. 1 week from today, I'm seeing the movie. So Film Stock Live will either be really early, which I know a lot of you guys won't be able to join, but it'll be like in the early afternoon, or there just won't be one on Monday, but a week from today. But I'm seeing Killers of the Flower Moon a week from today, 6:30 in the evening, and it will get over at around 10. Isn't that crazy? 6:30 to 10, I'll be in the theater. So, you know, that's kind of ideal though, because if I watched it here or I watched it on Apple, you know, really easy to just say, hey, I'm going to hit pause for an hour. And I feel like that's a disservice to the movie. So I will be seeing it one sitting, 3 hours, 26 minutes in the theater. I'll have an out of theater reaction a week from today. But look, I really do believe that it's going to be amazing. And I think it's going to be one of those movies that I love. But when I walk out, I'm like, damn, that was fantastic across the board. But I don't think I'll watch it ever again. That's okay. That's okay. There's so many movies that are like that, and a lot of them from Scorsese, especially when I think of what's it called? The Irishman. Great movie. I've seen it once. I quote it with my friends all the time still. I love talking about it with my friends. but damn, it's 3 hours and 19 minutes, and it's a heavy movie, So that's kind of Scorsese's bread and butter, making these really long 3 hour plus mob epic films. In this case, more of a Western crime drama, I believe, is what it's described as. But a lot of the times based on true events, long movies, a lot to process. Not a film you're going to be like, oh, it's Friday night. Let's toss on Killers of the Flower Moon and Irishman for a double feature, because that's going to take you into the morning. So that's okay though. He makes great movies, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. One problem that I have with the FNAF trailer is that the movie doesn't really look that scary. Yeah, and I think that's kind of to my point earlier. That excites me. Like, I think this looks more like spooky season vibe over just being straight up horror. Does that make sense? And I think the movie that can blend those actually is doing something special. That's why, as a non-FNAF fan, that's why I'm kind of intrigued. What's good, Jacob? How you doing, bro? Eras Tour movie? Hell yeah. I love the profile picture. 1989 Taylor's version, maybe. That's this month. I'm excited. Get excited. It is football weather. What's good, Taco Boy Studios? Glad to have you here, Waterbot. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. FNAF, valid. How long is the Eras Tour movie? I think the Eras Tour movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes, roughly. No clue. But I said this on the podcast. I don't think I'll be going in theaters because, fortunately, I was able to see the Eras Tour in person in April. Very, very awesome experience. The best concert I've ever been to. And so I already went, and I don't think I'll be going because, yeah, I just don't want to go. Honestly, you guys know me. I'm not huge on going to the cinema because I get anxious in the theater really easily. But, and I just know with that, there would be obnoxious people in the audience, undoubtedly. And so I'm like, I'd rather just not. And if I want to watch it again, half the damn things most of it's on TikTok or Instagram, to be honest, but also it will come to streaming. She did it with a Reputation tour. So it'll be all right. That's kind of my way of looking at it. Ryland's in the house. What's good, man? My question for you, what film gives you the greatest fall vibes? Great question. It is October 9th, very fallish right now outside. What movie gives me the greatest fall vibes? I'm trying not to say the most basic answer. The most basic answer right now is Knives Out. I mean, I remember seeing that in 2019 in theaters, the week of Thanksgiving, I want to say, and it was cold outside. It was awesome. That is a very fall movie. A very fall movie. Now, a lot of people will say When Harry Met Sally, and that's valid. I've seen the movie once. I think I gotta watch it again. Because everyone's like, "Oh, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing." I was like, "It's fine." I didn't love it like I thought I was supposed to, and that was a shocking thing for me to have to come to terms with. But I think that was, that was 3 years ago, and I do believe, and a lot of people might not, but I believe in opinions changing over time. I'm a firm believer in that. And 3 years, 3.5 years, I think I watched it in the summer, right? So about 3.5 years, and then watch a movie again, you can have a completely new experience with it because you've aged, you've had new life experiences that could impact your viewing of the movie. That's the way I view it. So I'll have to watch that again, but that's like a consensus, objective answer from a lot of people is When Harry Met Sally. What's good? How you doing? The brick trick. I like that. Is that a skeleton profile picture? Cool. A Lego skeleton. What do I think the FNAF movie critic score will be when it's released? I have no clue. I was off. I think I guessed like 67 on Rotten Tomatoes for the creator. What is the creator at right now? Anyone know? The creator, Rotten Tomatoes. Because I did a video, or I did a stream, and someone asked, what do I think the creator? It's at 67 right now. I'm not making that up. I had no clue. Look, 67 on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought it was like 83. My guess, there's video footage of it. I think I said 63 to 67 in a recent stream. Must have been one of the first live streams after I saw the movie. That's crazy. I didn't know it had fallen to 67, but wow. My guess, I'll go Rotten Tomatoes critic score. Will settle for this movie. I think it'll settle somewhere in the mid 60 to or low 70 range. Like I don't know. It's hard to get a read on horror for critics a lot of times. I mean, Megan was ridiculously high, and that movie's garbage. So anything's possible, right? I have to get a shot at Megan in here, by the way. I know a lot of you guys are like, you gotta watch Megan again. You gotta love Megan. It's become a running gag for me to make a point to poke fun at that movie now every stream. But no, I would say 62, 62 to 71. If it's in the 80s, that's a big win for it. I just know critics don't like horror as much. Does that make sense? Um, Network 98 with super chat. Thank you, thank you. Keeping the craving alive as always. Tobin is on break. Craving comes out Friday the 13th. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. People at this point are probably like, what is going on? It's like probably how I feel about the FNAF lore. But thank you for the super chat, Network 98. Gotta love it. All right, where are we at? I was somewhere around here. I think I might have found where I was. Killers of the Flower Moon's your most anticipated. Nice. Eras Tour gonna get 1 billion. It's gonna do numbies. Is Ahsoka worth watching if you're a Star Wars fan? Yes, I think it is. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I don't see the value in watching a lot of new Star Wars content because it's just going to confuse the hell out of you because they're tied to the Skywalker Saga timeline, and it's just like you could enjoy it, but you won't get the full benefit. You won't fully be able to understand it in my mind. I knew you were, by the way, Ben. I knew you were, and I literally said that in the video. For those who don't know what, I was like, this is definitely. I mean, because I know you've been in the streams, and I'm like, he knows that I would get enraged by that. So I literally in the video, I was like, this is rage bait. But I put like a trigger warning for people. It was funny. What's the best horror film of the decade so far? Good question, Rylan. I'm going to Letterboxd so that I have a visual aid because I like visual aids when I'm doing things. Okay, so films, and let's just see. I'll throw some names out for contenders, and then I'll land on one. From this year, Talk to Me is the best horror movie that I've seen. Over Saw X, over Insidious: The Red Door, actually, hold on. Scream 6, technically. Scream 6 and Talk to Me are two contenders. So that's 2. Definitely not those Halloween movies. Ugh. Sorry, I know you like. I think I know you like those, or at least 2018. I know you're really big on Rylan, but that's fine. 2018 is good. The other 2 I don't like. Werewolf by Night. I'm gonna mention. I know it's not a movie, but I'm gonna mention it. Was not crazy about Jordan Peele's Nope, unfortunately. Let's see. What else? I'm in the 2021 right now. I haven't watched many this decade, but I would say of the ones I've seen, you got Scream 5 as well, technically. Not The Conjuring 3. That was not that one. That was the worst Conjuring. All right, I'll say. Oh shoot, 3-horse race. It's a 3-horse race. You ready? It's a 3-horse race between Scream 6 because I like that over Scream 5. So it's a 3-horse race between Scream 6, between Talk to Me, and A Quiet Place 2. Those are some damn good movies. So I'm going to say it's one of those. And if I gun to my head right now, someone goes, hey, Chris, what is the best of these 3 movies? The one that you want to watch for the rest of your life, the movie you like the best. What is it? I think I'm going to Quiet Place Part 2. And I haven't watched that movie since theaters, but this is my evidence I always go to. Okay. So I'm going to paint the picture for you. It's July 2021. Sacramento, California, with my buddy Trevor from Film Geeks. You guys know him. You guys love him. Go subscribe. Show him some love if you haven't. And anyway, we're there. We go to see Black Widow. We're there early. Mind you, we had seen the film the night prior. We went 2 in a row because it was a big MCU movie, and I liked it. I wanted to watch it again. And so we're seeing it again, and we're at a Regal Cinema. We go in, and the lights are on. Overhead lights are on, and the previews are on. It's like, whatever. The movie starts, however, and the lights are still on. That's red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 is the wrong movie starts. It's Quiet Place Part 2. I'd already seen Quiet Place Part 2, but we watched the first 10 minutes where Krasinski's character is around. It's a flashback to the origin of this entire thing going down. And I was literally like, once they fixed it, someone got up and said something, but once they fixed it, I was kind of like, maybe we should just go watch that movie again. So I'll say A Quiet Place Part Two. I've only seen it once. Need to watch it again. But that's the case with a lot of movies. Is like I watch them once and they're damn good, and then when do I watch them again? I don't know. But yeah, shout out that movie. Good question. Favorite Halloween kids movie? I mean, I like Halloween Town. I think that's nostalgic for me, but not really good. But that's one that comes to mind. Nightmare Before Christmas comes to mind, and then one on my list is Monster House. My buddy Starcourt Food Court has recommended to me. That's on my watch list for October. So Monster House. I'll try not to. Hopefully, nothing falls in the room. For those wondering what this is referring to, the other day I was streaming at Cam's, not my house, Cam's, and this cardboard box like opened and it scared the crap out of me, and I just jumped. I need to watch Totally Killer. Yeah, apparently this is really good. How long is it? Let's see. I think I've looked it up recently. It's hour 46. Okay. I may watch that soon. I am on for those who don't know, a Teen Wolf journey. Check out the Unusual Couple podcast for updates on that. But I am on a Teen Wolf journey right now. And I have about 32 episodes left, which is 40-minute eps, but I'll be able to get it done. I have to get it done by like October 26th. So 7th. That's when the con is. And I'm going to a Teen Wolf Con. And so I will be grinding that out and finding time to watch films in between, if that makes sense. But no. Yeah, I've heard that Totally Killer is good. Do you think Killers of the Flower Moon could be a top 5 Scorsese? I don't know if that's possible at this point. I mean, you've got, and this is personal preference. People get really confused. Like if I'm ever throwing out, oh, it's top 5, like I'm not, my opinion is the only thing that I'm talking about. I am not talking, I will make it very clear if I'm not talking about something that's my opinion, but that would be stupid. And why would I waste my time or words if I was going to sit here and go, oh, well, these are the 5 highest rated, so I'm not going to tell you mine. So anyway, The Departed and Wolf are like my 2, and I know that's like they're both from this century. That's so modern of you. It's whatever. Get over yourself. Those 2, Goodfellas in there, Taxi Driver, and then I'd say I know I hate when I have to bring this up. I know Three Nods in here. I'm assuming that's my buddy Drew. I know it is actually because of the comment. I'll click on that in a sec. But Casino, haven't seen it, guys. I know. What? If I watched that, though, I would probably love it. Okay, so that would probably be up there. But I don't know. The Irishman, you've got even Mean Streets is not bad. King of Comedy was fine. So I don't know. Top 5 is a tough ask, but top 10 potentially. Um, yeah, we're getting a new Scorsese movie. We are. Hello, Ian. Sleepy Hollow is a Dark Horse goated Halloween movie. This is my go subscribe to this channel right here is what I'm saying. Go subscribe. Myself, 3 of my friends, we talk college football on a weekly basis. It's a lot of fun. But Sleepy Hollow, man, that's on my watch list high because of you. You talked me into it, dude, when we were talking about it. So it's on there. I readjusted it. I took Jeepers Creepers off because I watched Jeepers Creepers last night, or yesterday evening, or afternoon, damn it. I can't speak. But yeah, I am very excited to watch this movie. All right, so it better be good. I'm gonna watch Edward Scissorhands. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch Monster House. I'm gonna watch what else? The Fear Street trilogy on Netflix is high on my priority list, and then I gotta get Teen Wolf. So I mean, I had this massive, frankly, overwhelming list. I had started it back in June or July. I forget. I was watching the Conjuring movies and stuff, and Insidious. I was on a horror kick. I go through 2 horror kicks usually, summer and October. And so now it's like Teen Wolf is like a spooky season show to me. So I'm getting that fixed. But I also have to watch movies. And I think I had to just make an adjustment to my list because I had a bunch on there. And I'm like, I don't really want to watch this. Like I had all the other Conjuring universe movies, like The Nun 1 and 2, and all the Annabelle movies and La Llorona. I was like, I don't really see the value in watching these right now. So I adjusted my spooky season list, but there's still some good ones on there. This is one of them. Because I didn't want just to be horror movies. I wanted Halloween, spooky season vibe movies, but not horror, specifically horror. Not like demonic possession or just a slasher. Like I wanted a spooky vibe, and that's what should provide me, is what I'm thinking. All right. Can't go wrong with water. Okay. What's good, main gamer? Currently playing catch up on Jack Ryan. Nice. I've never seen Jack Ryan. My parents like that show a lot, though. Um, I saw this, and then I was like, that's what I was reading earlier, but it was like the WGA like officially voted to. Yeah, I was like, I also saw that notification earlier in the stream. If you guys rewind, I was like, wait, is something over? But no, it's just the writer's strike still. All right. Um, let's keep this thing going. FNAF looks sick. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen Alien. Do you think it's a good Halloween movie? I think Alien is a great movie. Now, it's not remotely really related to Halloween, but if you want a sci-fi horror movie, check it out. If you guys haven't seen Alien or Aliens, do yourself a favor. Very good movies. Very good. And the first one too is it's essentially I want to call it a slasher movie in space. Is that crazy? With a xenomorph being the slasher. It's really cool. Ridley Scott directed it. Aliens is not really a horror movie; it's an action movie. But no, Alien it is terrifying. You know, the catchphrase for the movie I believe was "In space, no one can hear you scream." And damn, there's some gory practical effects in that movie, but it's really just a good movie. Um, Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, is a you can root for, is what I'm saying. It's a you got to watch Alien, and I've seen it once. I have it on Blu-ray. I've seen the first two once, and I have them both on Blu-ray. I've seen the third one, garbage, but I'll watch them again one day. I don't know when, but I'll watch them again one day. Hector, how the hell are you doing, Hector? Well, I appreciate it. I love the posters too. I have fun with them. That's a very funny profile picture, by the way. I dig. What's the best Clone Wars season? Season 5. Or I mean, 7 has the CG manual, but I think season 5 might be more consistent. I don't know, 5 or 7. Do you think Star Wars should do special presentations like Marvel? No. Just do movies. Just do movies, in my opinion. IMO. By the way, if you guys are here, hit that like button. Helps out more than you know. Do it. Hit it. We're at 39 viewers right now. Let's get to 39 likes. And super chat. That's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, concern. Huge way to help support me directly in the channel. Anything goes a long way. So check it out. Or yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Georgia win. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. What's the best movie to watch in October that's not a horror movie? Look, I think Knives Out is more of a November movie. I'll be real. That's a Thanksgiving-y movie. A fall, but late fall. I would say I don't. You could. A lot of people would probably say Hocus Pocus. I think the movie's fine. It's fine. Iconic. I get it, but it's fine. Halloween Town is not a good movie, to be honest. All right, but it's nostalgic childhood stuff, and it's probably a recommendation I would give. There's also some movies I haven't seen, like Frankenweenie, or you could watch The Nightmare Before Christmas if you want, but I don't know. Is Nightmare Before Christmas more of a Halloween movie or more of a Christmas movie? That's a never-ending debate, and I want to know what you guys think. What's your favorite Karate Kid film? Has to be the OG. Has to be the OG. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Creepy movie. Especially in the end. Especially in the end. Speaking of, what's my favorite part of Jeepers Creepers? Without spoiling anything, there's a scene where there's a cop car driving behind our two main characters. That's probably my favorite scene because of a certain reveal that's made at the end of the scene. That probably takes the cake for me. I think the first two acts might be stronger than the last act. Is that a weird thing to say? I don't know if anyone's seen Jeepers Creepers, but I know people have. But I think the third act I've slept on it. Like once we're in the police station, it sort of lost some of the mystery to me. Like that was one of the most intriguing parts. Like I was hooked in. Was like, what's this entity? What's going on? What's the motive? And once we found it out, and then that lady kind of just dropped all the info on us, like the psychic lady. That was a little, wasn't crazy about it, but the ending got me good. Like the ending was especially if you think of the lyrics of that song, whew, kind of chilling stuff. All right. Cheers to some water. Okay. It's been 25 minutes. I swear these streams go by faster every time I do it. FNAF movie will be the best of October. A lot of people seem to think so. I love that profile picture, by the way. I can't see it fully here, but it's a Stranger Things poster of sorts. Very neat. Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, a lot of people think Killers of the Flower Moon's taking the cake for best movie. FNAF could get a 72 on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. I definitely could see that happening. All right. Where are we at? You're gonna dress up for Halloween this year. I'm gonna be the Hulk. Nice. I have something up my sleeve. I'll tell you that much for the podcast. I'll say that much. We're doing a Halloween episode and we're doing a Stranger Things Day episode, and both will probably involve dressing up. And you'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait and see. All right, that's all I'm gonna tease. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and yeah, it will be dropping on Halloween. The episode, the Cam and I's episode. So we won't be dressing up on Halloween, but we'll be dressing up when we film it. Excuse me. And then Stranger Things Day is going to be the best episode of the podcast ever. Stranger Things Day. Get ready. You guys, if you haven't watched the new one, you saw some trivia. We're both essentially preparing impossible trivia for the other to try and get the other person, like good. And I'm sure rage will ensue, but it's going to be fun. That's what I love about that is on the podcast, you guys might get to see it the most, aside from these streams in the podcast, you'll see the most like how I am just on a daily basis. Because like in a video, obviously, a recorded video that's edited, like I'm talking about a movie straight up. I'm literally talking about a movie or show the whole time, right? I have my personality showing and stuff, but it's like, I got to talk about this, here's my thoughts on this movie. But if it's a, let's say podcast, it's an hour and I'm talking with Cam, I talk to Cam 90% of the time. That's if all the people in the world I talk to, 90% of the people, Cam is Cam because I talk to a select group of friends, and my family, and then Cam is like the person I talk to more than anyone else. So it's how I talk all the time. I'm most comfortable with Cam. So that's how it is over there. Check it out. Unusual Cole Podcast. All right. Okay. I agree. Psycho is one of the best horror movies ever, and it's not really up for debate, in my opinion. Okay. I'll do this right now. So I had a list, Jeffrey. I had a list, but I kind of adjusted my list. So here are I talked about it earlier, but I want to say these are the must-watch movies for me now. The must-watch movies in October: Sleepy Hollow, Edward Scissorhands, Monster House, Fear Street Part 1, 2, and 3, and then the Teen Wolf film starring Michael J. Fox. Just because. Just because I'm watching Teen Wolf the show and I'm like, why not? Why not? It's about a werewolf, so I might as well. So that's on there. Oh yeah, Black Phone's still on my horror watch list, but it's not on my spooky season watch list. So I have a horror movie watch list and a spooky season watch list. Black Phone is on my on my horror movie watch list. I did hear rumors that Scream 7 is taking place during holidays. I think I touched on this in a recent stream, but hell yeah, like an all white ghost face, that would look so cool. And then like obviously it's gonna get blood all over it, so red and white. It would look cool. In the snow, hopefully. Anyway, Scream 7 still going to take place, like, just because there's a new director and they moved on from Radio Silence, like, it's still going to be a sequel to Scream 6, right? Like, it's going to have Sam and... I'm doing the thing again. You guys, if you were on a recent stream, whenever I talk about Jenna Ortega's character, I always get in my head right before I say her name, and I have to do 2 takes every single time. Tara. Sam and Tara, I believe, is the correct pronunciation. If not, oh well. Tara. I do it every time. But Sam and Tara, they are going to be in it, right? Let me know. All right. Don't watch Monster House. The movie's messed up, scarred me as a kid along with Coraline. Well, I will be fine. I'll be fine. Coraline is a freaky movie that was weird. I watched it when I was like a teenager. I was like probably 11, 10, 12. It was still weird though, Like I didn't like the vibe was like weird. The animation style is what's weird. And I think Monster House has a very similar style of animation, but I'm intrigued, truly. Totally Killed was in the 80s for critics and audience. Glad to see that. Okay, nice, nice. Um, oh, I thought I just saw a bug, and you guys would have seen me get startled 2 weeks in a row. 80s version of Scream. That sounds like something that's right up my alley, personally. So I need to get on it. What's the creepiest movie you've ever seen? Talk to Me was pretty damn creepy. Um, Creepy versus scary versus disturbing. It's all fine print at that point. I would say The Conjuring 2 is creepier than The Conjuring 1 because of there's so many scenes that literally creeped me out and were just like, ugh. That's up there. Conjuring 2. Conjuring 2. First Insidious is creepy too. There's a lot of movies like that. Yeah, one of those probably. Yes, I will be doing a Tarantino ranking when it comes out. I haven't because I'm waiting. We're all waiting for the movie critic, so we will all wait for my ranking. That's the one video I've never done on this channel. I'm surprised. Early on, I think I did top 5 Tarantino or something. Like one of my first 10 videos was with Tarantino because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood had come out, and I think I reviewed it on the channel actually, which is really really weird actually to think about actually, and I don't know. Sometimes I forget I was on YouTube ever before the pandemic. But anyway, um, yes, I will be doing a ranking. Yeah, I also was for a second. I was like, I had to do a double take when I saw that tweet. Water break. Okay. Hocus Pocus is fun, but the second one, nah. See, I forget that movie came out. Hocus Pocus 2. That was last year. I watched it. Damn near more enjoyable than the first in a weird way because I just don't really care for the first too much. Night Before Christmas, definitely both. Okay, it's the only movie that's just both, right? Like that you can watch twice a year. You can watch it, yeah. It's like hard to truly define what it is. It's both, but I think it's more Christmas. If I had to pick one, I think it's more Christmas because I have seen the movie once and I know of it, but like I believe it's like this is Halloween, but ultimately it's about Jack Skellington. I think by the end of the movie, it's like a Christmassy message to me. I don't know. Who cares? It's in both of them. Um, I have seen The Thing. I own The Thing on Blu-ray actually. And it is wintry horror. I know what you mean. That fear of isolation, practical effects are really really good in that movie. The Thing's a damn good movie. Damn good movie. I've only seen it once, but it's a damn good movie. I think FNAF will perform pretty well at the box office in terms of October movies. I think it'll do like it's hard to predict because I mean 40, 50 domestic opening weekend. I don't think it's gonna do 100. No way, actually. But I think people will show up 30 or 40 mil, 50 maybe. I don't know. Who's to say? What did The Exorcist Believer do? I think it saw it did 30 to 40. I'm not really sure actually. Anyway, Killers of the Flower Moon, but I hope FNAF fair. Do I think Hawkeye season 2 will happen? I hope so with just Kate Bishop, but I doubt it. I doubt it though. What do I think of the Marvel's revealed runtime? I'm fine with it. An hour 45 is like still a perfectly fine time for a movie. And I'm super like I almost made a video about this actually. I'm super done with like this idea that every MCU movie has to be 2.5 to 3 hours long. Like, on what world, actually? That's unnecessary. Most of the time, not needed. Most of the time, it's like, oh, we have to be, at least 2 hours and 15 minutes to fill out. It's like, no, an hour 45, that shows me there's no time to waste. We know the thing about the MCU versus other franchises or other one-off movies is we know everything we need to know about this movie before it even starts. Okay, if you watch the Marvels, or if you watch if you watch Miss Marvel, and if you watch Captain Marvel, if you're just up to date with the MCU, um, it's pretty, like they don't have to spend time developing Carol Danvers, developing Monica Rambeau. We already know these characters. All right, so there's the situation is set. We saw the Miss Marvel post credit scene, so I don't really. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be, I think, a fast paced movie, which is a win. If anything, a lot of these movies are just sometimes, and that's fine. At hour 45, I am so content with that. So content with that. Less than a month away from Straining's Day. Hope we. Yep. November 6th, I'm ready. I'm ready. Last 2 years have been awesome. They got something up their sleeves. I'm telling you, they're going to drop a video or something. They're going to drop a video. It could be voiceover work. If the strike, it could be voiceover, new voiceover from Vecna for all we know, if the actor strike is done. But it's something. We're getting something. Do I think Eddie's coming back? I think his character will appear, but not alive. I think it'll be some sort of force ghosty thing, but not cheesy. Or like a flashback or anything. Don't spoil Stranger Things, please. I haven't seen season 5, if that's what you're referring to. No one has, but uh, I mean, no, it. We've been talking about it for so long. I don't really feel bad about spoiling it anymore. Okay, what I think of the Acolyte, is this ever going to happen? Is the question I have. I mean, I'm intrigued, but I heard it might not even end up happening anymore. But we'll see. I've never seen Lights Out, no, but I know it's based on the short film. I think I watched the short film in a class once. They like showed it to me. Um, let's see. Has your view on the horror genre changed at all since watching more this year? It has. I've warmed up to it more, definitely. James Wan is the best horror director to me that I've seen. At least he's my favorite, like stylistically speaking. I like a lot of it, and I can respect it more than I once did. I think, for sure. Yeah, I've watched, because it's not like I've just watched one genre. I watched, I guess, indie horror would be Talk to Me, right? And then I watched some slashers. I've watched demonic possession horror films. So I've been watching it all, trying to, at least. And so it's been going good. My relationship with horror is on the up and up. Dylan with the super chat. Thank you, Dylan. How are you feeling about the latest Fantastic Four news? Apparently, the movie's been cast. It was reported that the Fantastic Four cast is officially set, but will not be announced until the actor strike is resolved. That is crazy. Someone has so much power right now in the world. They could have a piece of paper. Here's the cast for the Fantastic Four. People in the world know the Fantastic Four cast, something we've been speculating for years now. Years. Look, I don't know who it is, but I know that day the internet's breaking. All right. Well, the day they drop that news, the internet's breaking. I hope it's by the end of this year. I think it will be. But if I mean, there have been multiple iterations of rumors. Like at one point, it was going to be Paul Mescal playing Human Torch, Joseph Quinn, Rudy Pankow, Jack Quaid, and then you've got Adam Driver was confirmed to play Reed Richards. You had Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. It's just like what is the truth? We need to know. We need to know desperately. And I'm curious to see how the internet responds, how the world responds, because I'm sure that it'll be fine. I have faith in pretty much whoever they cast, but it's going to be crazy. The backlash, the controversy, the chaos and calamity will ensue. I'm pumped though. And honestly, as much as I love Rudy Pankow, I know it's probably unrealistic for him to play Human Torch. I'm on that Joseph Quinn hype train, and all of those fanboys they're gonna cry like babies if he is cast, and it's just funny to me because they're the same people who were like, Robert Pattinson can't play Batman, he can't, and then he ends up killing it in the role, and they're just dead silent. Or they're the biggest fans of him, so it's funny. I think whoever it is, people will overreact. Right, that's a fact. Ben Affleck. Remember Ben Affleck, Batman. People were like, what the hell is this? And then everyone's like, he's the best part of BVS. Pattinson, same thing, right? No matter who plays a big role, people prematurely judge it. People prematurely judge it. We are all guilty of that at times, but the overreaction, it's going to be irritating. And no matter who it is, people are going to get mad. All right. And it's unfair. We haven't even seen the movie, it's just unfair. Anyway, that's how I feel, but good question. And thank you for the super chat, Dylan. I appreciate the super chats. Have you seen Genius? I have not. I haven't even heard of that actually. Peacemaker season 2. I heard that a scene is gonna come back, which excites me. I don't know what for. I don't know if they said Peacemaker season 2. I don't know if it was in Waller, but I'm glad. The only thing is like I heard James Gunn say he's bringing back some people, but that's just I unless he like makes a video or they actually explain it in a movie or show, the timeline of DC is, excuse my language, fucked. Because it's extremely confusing to me, and people like act like I'm stupid when I say that. I'm like, you can't watch The Flash and tell me you understand what happened. Uh, I don't even care anymore. George Clooney's Batman walks out at the end of The Flash, and we're just like, okay, total sense. The vision is clear here. This movie clarified everything. Thank you, James Gunn. Thank you, DC. It's like, no, it. There needs to be clarity, and there is none right now. There's none right now, in my opinion. If you guys think there is, more power to you. There's none, in my opinion. Okay. What's the longest movie you've seen? Either the Snyder Cut, Lawrence of Arabia, or I think the Snyder Cut. Someone might have actually said once, "You saw a movie that was longer." I saw on your letterbox. I don't remember. Um, mm, let's see. I think the best movie of October will probably be Killers of the Flower Moon. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Heard rumor Adam Sandler's a thing. That would be cool. That would be neat. I dig it. Um, Joe Curious Human Torch would be sick, and I would eat that up. Look, it could be Dacre Montgomery, it could be Joseph Quinn, it could be Joe Curious. Any of those dudes, if they play the Human Torch, they're gonna crush it. Anyone who plays the Human Torch is probably gonna crush it. Um, mm, let's see. I'm kidding. Glad you dig it though. Hey, that would be sick, wouldn't it be? That would be though. Come on now. That and honestly, it doesn't even seem like it's that out of the question. That would be awesome. Now watch him actually get announced. We come back to this. That would be something. What's my fan cast for Fantastic Four? Penn Badgley as Reed Richards. I would go probably Jodie Comer as Sue Storm. Um, I would probably go Eben Moss Backrack as the Thing. That's Richie from The Bear. And then I would say probably Rudy Pankow, Human Torch. That's what I have to say about that. But we'll go for a few more minutes here, so get some last minute questions in. Super chat them in if you got anything you're dying to ask me. Hit the like button if you guys are in here live or on the replay. Do it. And yeah, let's keep this thing going. Right. All right. Lots of Killers of the Flower Moon reactions have said it's great, but not top tier Scorsese. Interesting. I don't think you can really reach top tier Scorsese easily. That's like all time if it is top tier Scorsese. So we'll see. I'm excited. Do I think there should be a Super Smash Bros. Movie after the success of the Mario movie? Like another one? Oh, I see what you're saying. Do I think there'll be a Super Smash movie? So like with like a team up movie essentially, like based on the video game. That would be cool. It'd be cool if they make yeah, like that would be their Avengers essentially, right? So they have Super Mario Bros. They've got let's say, I mean, what could they do? They'd have to, it'd be tricky because you have to think of all the characters in there. They do, I'm thinking, huh. Super Smash would be sick though. I mean, uh, Sonic. I don't know how they would do that, but Sonic is in Super Smash Bros. At least the second one, Brawl. Let's see who else is in that. Like Pokemon. You've got like Samus, I believe. You've got Meta Knight. I mean, I'm just naming people right now. Kirby. Like, there's so many things that would need to happen behind the scenes for that to happen. I would not be the person who could really say if that's even possible, but I would love if they did that. I mean, even though I thought the Super Mario Bros. Movie was okay, I'll be real. I watched that movie the day or day after I got back from a trip down to Orlando. I wasn't really feeling it, and I I don't even remember a lot of the movie, to be honest with you. I was like tired, so I say I don't like the movie. I still think I don't really love it, but I it was fine still. It wasn't really meant for me, you know? It was I was not the target audience, and that's okay. I think it did get irritating as crap with the, like, on the nose references and product placement stuff. That was irritating to me. And it was nothing special. It was a plot we've seen before. I was also just not in a good mood. So it happens, you know? But anyway. All right. Luigi Mansion movie would be cool. That'd be neat. A Mario Kart movie would be cool, but I don't know if they would ever do that. Just straight up Mario Kart. um, yeah, I do think Stranger Things 5 would be the best season. They've had so much time to develop it now, and they know how they want to end this thing. I have full faith in Duff Rose. I think it'll be the best season. I don't know if it'll be the most rewatchable season. Different things though, you know. I think 3 and 1 are always like season 3 is the most rewatchable. I stand by that. I love 4. 4 is my favorite season, but 3 is like it's the most summer fun rewatchable. Um, but yeah, they're all like all great seasons. I think season 5 will be the best, and I don't think that's a hot take. I think it will be the best. Um, let's see. I never really played Pokemon Go. I never got into it, to be honest with you. I know it was a huge thing, like a craze actually for a bit, but I never really. It was never my cup of tea personally. I never gave it a go, really. Actually. All right. We'll take a few more questions. All right. Yep, I 100% agree. 100% agree. Do you think James Gunn should make another Suicide Squad movie? I would love it, but it would potentially confuse the timeline and everything. And I would love it, but I just don't know. With Peacemaker coming back, maybe with, I mean, we're never going to see Bloodsport, Harley Quinn. I don't think we're going to see them again. Everyone who like Ratcatcher and King Shark, the people who survived that movie, I really don't know if they're ever going to make a sequel, and that sucks because that movie was awesome. But it's unfortunate. I just don't think we're ever going to see him again. I would get hyped if they ever came back, though. We'll see, though. I dressing as Steve for Halloween. Very nice. What era of Steve are you dressing as? Are you going to play Stranger Things VR? I don't have a VR video game thing. I don't have the ability to play Stranger Things VR. I know that comes out at some point, but I probably will pass. Never really been big on VR games anyway. From what I've played at like a friend's house or in like a store, put on the VR display headset. Like I don't really vibe with that, and so no, I won't. If I had the opportunity to, maybe I'd try it out. But I wish they made like a Stranger Things video game along the lines of Hogwarts Legacy or like where you explore on your own. You make you make a character in this world of Stranger Things, and like they make an original plot to like like it doesn't have to be canon. It can just be. I would love that. I would love that so much. That would be elite, actually. All right, 2 or 3 more questions, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I'm gonna be Doc from Back to the Future 2. Nice. Great Scott. Very nice. You're gonna have the yellow and like I have the pop right here actually. I don't want to get it because it would take down the whole shelf behind me because they're stacked on top of each other. But yellow kind of coats with the silver glasses, dope. If you had to pick one TV show that had to go, which one would it be? One TV show that had to go. So like a TV show I can't watch anymore. I don't want to get rid of any of the shows I like, really. So I can't answer that. I don't want to. If I like the show enough, I don't want to get rid of it. And the wig, that's dope. Dope. I've never seen All Fun and Games, so I have no thoughts. No thoughts. Will I be playing the FNAF games? Unlikely, but I'll still watch the movie and see what's up with it. And then we'll end with the Keep Watch Burn. And I do have to say, we have I have a video I just posted. It's a Star Wars reacting to our Star Wars hot takes. So go check that out. I had a lot of fun with it. But I'll say Keep Watch Burn these movies right here, right now. Keeping Revenge of the Sith because of Order 66 onward in that movie is some of the best Star Wars content ever. I do think people forget that an hour of that movie is still bogged down by the prequel, um, you know, the prequel. What am I trying to say? Like the tropes of the prequel, the BS political dialogue, the slow moving pace. That's all still a factor for about 30 minutes there after the opening into like Anakin wanting to be a Jedi Master, all that stuff. I would then watch. I think I gotta watch The Force Awakens just because of Chewie We're Home and all that. It's I'm nostalgic for that. For like 2015, I honestly some nights I think about that. All right, I just think about like like I went and saw the movie, and it was just beautiful, and I loved it, and I was like, oh, I'm still we have two more. I was like so amped about it. Anyway, depressing to think about now, but Rogue One will burn just because it's the least necessary. I like it, but it's I could do without it at the same time. So no, all three movies are watchable and enjoyable, but that would have to be the one to go of those. Are you getting rid of Stranger Things or Teen Wolf? I mean, no, I'm of course I'm gonna have to get rid of Teen Wolf, but I'm enjoying the hell out of my Teen Wolf journey. I'm about to finish 5A, which is the first 10 episodes of 5, and then 5B is the last 10. So I'll finish that tonight, and then I'll have 30 episodes left, and I'll probably watch it. Yeah, I'll be grinding out Teen Wolf, but love it so far. But Stranger Things has my heart forever, forever. Go Hunting the Social Network right now today. The Social Network. Stranger Things or Outer Banks. Stranger Things again. Stranger Things is special, 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 special to me. All right, let's say, have you seen Totally Killer? So I've been asked about this a lot, and I have not watched it, but I'm going to. I think enough people have now mentioned it in this stream where I'm like actually going to write it on my list. Now, whether I get to it, I can't guarantee, but I'll write it right here. Totally Killer. We'll see. I would love to get around to it. I would love to get around to it. This is a really good question. What is going to be your favorite show once Stranger Things is done? So, Stranger Things, if it sticks landing, it'll be my favorite show of all time forever, probably. But you mean like show that's still gonna have new seasons? So favorite show on, right? And that is a great question because a lot of my shows that I like have ended now. Ozark ended recently. Ted Lasso ended recently. Barry ended recently. Stranger Things is gonna end. Cobra Kai is gonna end. Um, Outer Banks will always be a fun one, but I mean, I think that's a tough one. I have to really think about what's on TV that I like because I like Loki a lot. I like Andor a lot, but I know they're probably going to end after their respective seasons that are coming up, or season 2 of each of them. So I don't know. The Last of Us potentially. I'm just thinking ahead. House of the Dragon I really liked. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. One of those that I just named probably. Um, excuse me, unless I'm forgetting something, which I definitely could be. It's very possible, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what is the big show that I'm the most excited for weekly after Stranger Things ends, or after how have season 4 and 5 been? Uh, Not as good as seasons 1 through 3. I'll say that much, but season 4 was my least favorite. It was 12 episodes. It was the least interesting plot. It was a lot to take in. Season 5, I'm enjoying more. I hear season 6A is really good. I hear 6B is really bad. So I'm just gonna get through it no matter what. Seasons 1 through 3 were good enough for me to pretty much coast it if I have to. Like I will I'll get through it no matter what. I liked seasons 1 and 2 that much, or seasons 1, 2, and 3 that much. And I liked 4 enough. And I liked 5. I'm enjoying 5. But 3, season 2 and 3 in particular, best seasons of Teen Wolf to me. Season 3, baby. Even though it shattered my heart into a million pieces at the end. I've never seen Blade Runner 24, and I get asked about it a lot. I've never seen it. What? I know. What's the best season? We'll end with this one because it's topical, because I asked best movie of October. We talked spooky season. We talked fall. Best season has to be fall or autumn, whatever your preference is. Spring kind of stinks, though, because of allergies. I agree. And it's just like a depressing time period, in my opinion, honestly. It's like, I just don't like spring all that much. But winter, like early winter. So we're talking like December and January is fine. March We get into fall's the best by far. You got football, you got the best holidays, you got family, food, weather, friends. I mean, by far, fall is the best season. So that is going to conclude this Film Stock Live on this Monday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here. If you're here on live or on the replay, it means a lot. Hit the like button if you're in here live right now or on the replay. It helps out more than you know. Thank you guys so much. If you sent in a super chat, if you commented, if you dropped a question, if you just simply watched, it means more than you know. But stay tuned for lots of content coming the rest of the week. I've got a tier list ranking video. I've got some top 10s, lots of stuff cooked up. So I'm excited to drop all of that. But thank you all, as always, for tuning in. It was a fun one. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday and great week. The weather outside is not frightful yet, but it certainly is delightful. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys, as always. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.